Hello and welcome. Here's Elizibar, and this is these people. In fact, we're going to scroll down to the next page because that has all the credits. Huh. The O in this font looks weird compared to the other letters. Why is this C? That's C. Like the lowercase, and that's the cow. It looks weird. Anyway, that doesn't matter because that's trivia. That's my new show. So I was totally going to wait this when I had a physical book. Then I was asked on Twitter, "Hey, want to review the Mythoverse stuff?" And I'm like, hell, okay. I guess I will, since you've asked me. I try to be a helpful person. That's how you build relationships. I was like, hey, you want to do the thing? You go, yeah, sure, let's do the thing. You adjust the microphone ever so slightly. All right, there we go. I think now we should really be good to go for volume. I was a little low before, I apologize. So it's about her. In fact, I really like this cover. This is a scene basically right out of the book. They're in a hallway. She's getting machine gunned. She's physically covering a girl. Like, this is right out of the book. This is truth in advertising, and I really appreciate that in my comic books. Anytime you can tell, hey, this is the thing, yo, and it's the thing, perfect. I wish more comic books would do that because you look at a lot of comic books and they have a cover and it's just like a pinup. Here's an example. Let me flip to my webcam. Like, here, what does this tell you anything about the contents of the book? Look at it. It's Livewire. Now she's doing cool stuff. Like, I'm totally gonna admit that this circuit trace stuff, the energy thing, like that is all super cool. It also has nothing to do inside of the comic book. Now, one thing that could have made this better is like, there was like cool text here, like, like when Morlocks attack, something, like to really hype it up. That's kind of old school, and nobody does that anymore, except Peter Simeti. Anyway, cool. Here's some crazy stuff: Mythoverse, Wicked Publishing, copyright stuff. All right, now the thing I found interesting: this feels more like a manga than it does a Western comic. So I'm gonna just kind of scroll slowly. Oh, should I? Should I zoom out a little bit? Like, look at the way this is here. This is like exactly what I'm talking about. All right, take a look. Get this cool cityscape, water, her looking out. Now look at this. This looks like cityscape out of something like 80s anime or early 90s anime, like Demon Shinjuku, uh, Akira. Any of that kind of very classic anime. This looks like that, and I'm immediately drawn in. Now she doesn't look like that. Characters aren't really drawn like that. They're drawn in a very Western style. Super pleasing. I really liked it. And it instantly, as soon as I saw this, I mean, look at the little speckling here. Kind of, yeah, like, isn't that cool? That is so cool. It must be really foggy, and there is a lot of, like, ambient glare from all these lights down there. I guess it makes sense to be foggy, because. And the first couple of pages, she's totally filling us in. We learn what she is, learn about her allies. Uh, she totally takes down a bunch of magical wards with a hoe. So I guess you could say that she has a tough row to hoe. All right. Anyway, now that we've got that pun out of the way, so we meet one ally. She talks to another one also in a second. So we meet like her three allies very early on. We get a mission briefing, and we start seeing like she starts spouting German. Because let's see, my German's pretty bad. Oh no, I misread that at first. I thought that was Weltsicht, which would be like World Sight or something. I'm not actually sure what that means. I'm guessing it's like Super Sight or something. But let's go to translate.google.com and see what it translates to. Also, I'm really bad at pronouncing German, so farsightedness. Okay, now I know. Also, apparently, frequency is really low. I did that like with a W. Worldview. Ah, haha. Ah, yeah, got it. Moving on. So she gets powers, confidence, belief, saying stuff. That's her thing. Now, her problem is she doesn't always have the confidence. So when she's like trying to bust out, like, oh, you know what? Make me invincible. She gets it wrong. She's not invincible. So now we obviously have a hook, weakness for a character that we just met. But it's not on this page, but trust me, it's there. I want to jump ahead. Let's see, this is page 5. I want to jump ahead to page 10, I think. Yeah, this is where she does the jump off the roof. This is great. You got this. Boom. It's like an exclamation point on the page. Get these two little, three inset panels. She's in this panel, but this panel, she's busting out of it over onto this. It really carries a dynamic sense of motion. Look at this. I have seen this. I have seen this exact thing in like a half dozen old animes. Like, this is definitely like something straight out of Akira with that glow around her. I'm sure this is in like some other stuff too. Maybe Eyes of Mars, it was in that. God, that's a bad movie, but I like it anyway. It's super cool. It's very evocative. It's powerful. I like it. This whole book has just been trying to like suck me in. It's just been like, come into the book, Elizibar. You have cookies, you know? What is she doing? So the mission is this bad guy, like, you know, may deal with the devil or something, or doing black magic. He's kidnapped a bunch of girls, and they have to go rescue him. Super simple setup, super straightforward. It's exactly the kind of setup you want in your first issue. It's like, hey, here's a straightforward goal, thing we need to do. Let's go do it. Oh man, clap emojis everywhere. Clap warning. I just clapped. Now let's jump ahead to page 14, I think was the next one I wanted to look at. And this was just to kind of showcase like some of the action. Um, I looked through the whole book for a page that really kind of conveyed the way action is done. Now, here, there are some things I don't like in the page, and we'll get to those. But I want to kind of concentrate on the things I do like. All right? These dudes are in like total great, like, they're all in slightly different running poses, which is great. Like, it's not like, oh, we're copy pasting the same pose over and over. What I didn't like is they look literally like they're copy pasted on top of this. Now that I think that's because they're trying to apply lots of like glare here from the light outside. Like you look at him, he's washed out because of the light or something. But I think the contrast of the black on them is strong. It seems like it should be more grayed out, kind of like this wall is here. I mean, this, like right here, you know, it feels like they should be like this tone or something. That's a quibble. It doesn't matter. But he busts in. So we got them running. Get a side shot of them running. Then, boom, he drops in and totally John Wicks the lot of them. Now these bad guys, they're carrying like super gear and they're not quite human or something, and it's pretty cool. Like what the setup is. Whole book in general, we get a little setup, and then the rest of it is like action sequence of some kind. Like we don't let up on the stress until the end of the book, and gosh darn it, you ended the book on a cliffhanger, you sick people. I really like this book. It's fantastic. I don't know if this is like you can just go to like Wicked Publishing's website and buy this or what. Like, I don't know. If you can, you should. This was a lot of fun. I want to see this in print. After the main comic, there's like some art gallery stuff at the end because people love seeing that kind of stuff. It's a really easy stretch goal just to include in your book. Like, hey, we'll include like 8 pages of fan art, and then you get other people to do work for you. It's really clever, and then they feel good about it because it's getting their name out there. You feel good about it. Your fans feel good about it because they can look and see, oh man, if I was just a little bit better at arting, I could totally get in the back of this book. It's good stuff. I dig it. Um, Although I have one other complaint. I remember this is the guy that did Molly Beans, and Molly Beans is like, I don't know, I haven't been to the website in a long time, but I think Molly Beans is like basically on permanent hiatus. Let me see. That's a shame because Molly Beans was a fun cartoon. There's a comic. There's a couple of things. That, yeah, it hasn't been updated since June. It's been a ton of fun, and I kind of miss seeing the antics of characters. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this. Check out Adobe Kroger, Dame Commander, and here's 2012. No, it isn't. Also, this text here at the beginning, this is probably something else I should say. This text here at the beginning totally does not inspire confidence in me. Because you tell me, you read this and you go, an ancient order of holy knights, known to those within as the Order of the Carolinian Cross, which ruled the human world from the shadow for 1200 years. You tell me that, and I think immediately, these guys are clearly the bad guys. Now you're trying to confuse this next paragraph here. This is just propaganda, clearly. Like, that's just how modern society has conditioned me to read this when you've got like a secret organization that's ruling the world as opposed to protecting the world or something like that. Uh, yeah, maybe they legit are just like straight up ruling the world, but might have been better you'd use a different verb there. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go because I'm kind of running along here. I usually try to keep my minutes or my videos to 10 minutes or less. We're a little bit over that. Que sera, sera. I dig it. Check it out. Check it out. Bye bye.